Hi, welcome to Passaic County Energy Aggregation educational video brought to you by Concord Energy Services and Commercial Utility Consultants. What is energy deregulation? Energy deregulation is the separation of distribution and supply. New Jersey has been deregulated since 1999, and since then, approximately 18% of the residential customer base has switched to a third-party electric supplier that they have chosen. As illustrated in the picture below, before 1999, your local distribution company would generate electricity and bill for the supply and distribution portion of your bill. After 1999, your local distribution company is only responsible for the distribution of your electricity. They must buy electricity from third-party electric suppliers. Your local distribution company will still bill you for the distribution and supply portion of your bill, but will remit the supply portion to the suppliers who generated the electricity. In order to make up your current default rate, the Board of Public Utilities, also known as the BPU, runs a statewide auction. The auction results make up the basic generation service portion of your bill, which is also known as the supply portion of your bill. On your current electric bill, you can see these charges by finding the line item named BGS, or Basic Generation Services. The last BPU auction was in February 2015. Here's a look at some of the suppliers who make up the current default rate: BP Energy Company, Exelon Generation Company, and TransCanada Power Marketing, to name a few. What is government energy aggregation? The Government Energy Aggregation Act of 2003 was passed allowing counties and municipalities to aggregate their load and compete against the default rate provided by the local distribution companies. In 2012, NJAC Title 14 was passed, allowing municipalities to aggregate their residential customers to compete for a cheaper price to compare versus the current default rates. All bid documents and agreements are sent to the BPU and Rate Council for review prior to the energy auction. The Department of Community Affairs, also known as the DCA, has oversight throughout the entire auction process. Here's a look at the Passaic County Pricing Cooperative's results. The auction was held on 12/30/2015. The winning supplier was Constellation Energy. For PSE&G residents, the winning results were 0.1184 versus the PSE&G default rate of 0.1303 per kilowatt hour. For JCP&L residents, the auction results were 0.09129 versus the current JCP&L default rate of 0.1057 per kilowatt hour. Both rates are fixed for the term, and the term runs from April 2016 through November 2016. Here's what you can expect next. You will receive a letter from your municipality explaining the program. The letter will also include information regarding Constellation Energy, the winning rate, and opt-out options. The program only includes those who are not currently with a third-party electric supplier. The form letter developed by the BPU provides all information and also many ways to opt out, including a mail return, an 800 number, and an informative website. After the opt-out period, your utility will send a switchover letter. The letter will come directly from JCP&L or PSE&G, depending on your service territory, and will confirm your exact start date with Constellation Energy. Constellation will begin serving electric supply with your meter read date in April 2016. Here's a sample PSE&G bill. Please note the yellow arrow. The only line item that will change on your current bill is marked BGS Energy. This line item will be replaced with Constellation Energy. You will still pay PSE&G. Now PSE&G will remit the supply portion to Constellation rather than the suppliers that make up the default rate for the BGS Energy supply rate. Here's a sample JCP&L bill. Please note the yellow arrow. The only line item that will change on your current bill is marked Basic Generation Service. This line item will be replaced with Constellation Energy. You will still pay JCP&L. Now JCP&L will remit the supply portion to Constellation rather than the suppliers that make up the default rate for the Basic Generation Service portion of your bill. Here are some frequently asked questions. Who do I call if my electric goes out? You will still call your local distribution company, as they still remain responsible and always will be responsible for the distribution lines entering your home. Will I become penalized for not being a part of this program? No, you may opt out at any time for any reason with no penalty. Will there be a different or two separate bills? No, you will still receive one bill. Does this hurt the utilities? No. PSE&G or JCP&L, depending on your service territory, will always remain your distribution company. They will still bill you for distribution and supply, but now they will submit the supply portion to Constellation Energy rather than the default suppliers. Who do I call with billing questions? You may call your local distribution company or Constellation Energy. If I opt out, can I opt back in? Yes. You may opt out or opt in at any time for any reason. Is budget billing offered? No. Due to the shorter initial term, the budget bill plan cannot be implemented at this time. If any resident currently on a budget plan wishes to join, they may do so, but must forego the monthly budget. What if I already have a third-party supplier? If you are currently with a third-party electric supplier, you must wait until the end of your contract, and then you may opt into the program. Why do I have to opt out versus opting in? The opt-out option is an aspect of the program written by the Board of Public Utilities. The law requires us to follow the statutory guidelines in order to establish and participate in this type of program. Thank you for watching.